Hey everybody, it's Nathaniel Avila reporting from Dallas County, and today we're joined with, as always, Jessica Vega from San Antonio. How is it going?
Hello, it's going.
It's going.
It's
It
going.
looks like you're living the life,
Mm, sure.
the sweet life of Jessica and
Sure.
Jessica. So what are we doing today? What do we do?
So, we are a true crime podcast where we talk about all types of crimes, not just murder. So, we have been talking about stuff that has gone on while the Trump administration has been in place. A little bit of a mini series before the election. And Nathaniel's going to lead this one today.
2 weeks until the election. Where's my hat?
Do it. Do it.
Did you?
Not yet. I might go tomorrow.
You gotta go tomorrow. Because we
Yeah.
got trick the booty.
You go, you already did it?
I already did it. I already
Cool.
voted, like, I think last week. So, do you know what we're talking about today?
I do.
What are we talking about today?
We are going to talk about the Pizzagate conspiracy.
Right. Now, Pizzagate is a debunked. Let me repeat. It is a debunked conspiracy theory that went down.
Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly. That went viral during the 2016 United States presidential election cycle. And some people here believe that it is not true because it isn't true. And some people here are like, let's just, like, keep an open mind.
Exactly.
No, it's not true. Now, maybe by the end of this, you'll be convinced about how untrue it is.
Okay.
Now, I know we said before that we're not going to do pedophiles and stuff, but since that this is a not true thing, a not true conspiracy theory, I believe I'm comfortable enough speaking about this since it is not true. And um, and also we don't really are not big on conspiracy theories either, but this particular thing did lead to a bunch of real life crimes that are very real. So let's get started. Ready? Because this is a
Okay.
rabbit hole if I ever seen one.
Okay.
So it starts off in October 30th, 2016, where a Twitter account posting white supremacist material, which said it was run by a New York lawyer, falsely claimed that the New York City Police Department had discovered a pedophilia ring linked to members of the Democratic Party while searching through Anthony Weiner's emails. Throughout October and November 2016, WikiLeaks had published John Podesta's emails. Proponents of the theory read the emails and alleged that they contained code words for pedophilia and human trafficking. Proponents also claimed that Comic Ping Pong Pizzeria was a meeting ground for satanic ritual abuse. I heard you made like a little noise. What did you think?
That we're already it's
What?
these I can't believe this is a thing. This is a conspiracy theory that people were buying into.
Okay, now you like the first paragraph I read. You
Yeah.
finally are
It
convinced that this is
sounds
dumb. You
ridiculous.
finally realize that it's not true.
I'm just saying, like, even how ridiculous it sounds, like, say it was not debunked, right?
mm,
Nobody's gonna say that this is for real. I mean, this already sounds absurd, but
mm-hmm. So let's continue. So
okay.
the story was later posted on fake news websites, starting with Your News Wire, which cited a 4chan post from earlier that year. The Your News Wire article was subsequently spread by pro-Trump websites, including Subject Politics, which had added the claim that the NYPD had raided Hillary Clinton's property. the conservative Daily Post ran a headline claiming that the Federal Bureau of Investigation had confirmed the story. So, according to the BBC, the allegations spread to the mainstream internet several days before the 2016 presidential election after a Reddit user posted a Pizzagate evidence document. The original Reddit post, removed sometime between November 1st and 21st, alleged the involvement of the Washington, D.C. business Comic Ping Pong. So that's what it says. Everyone associated with the business is making semi-overt, semi-tongue-in-cheek, and semi-sarcastic inferences towards sex with minors. The artists that work for and with the business also generate nothing but cultish imagery of disembodiment, blood, beheadings, sex, and of course, pizza. That has to be
world?
that has to be a joke. No one seriously wrote that. And of course, pizza. So the story was picked up by other fake news sites, but like InfoWars, Planet Free Will, and The Vigilant Citizen, and was promoted by alt-right activists such as Mike Cernovich, Brittany Pettibone, and Jack Prosbayek. Other promoters included David Seaman, former writer of TheStreet.com, CBS 46 anchor Ben Swan, basketball player Andrew Bogut, and Minecraft creator Marcus Notch Person. On December 30th, as Bogut recovered from a knee injury, members of the Donald community on Reddit promoted a false theory that his injury was connected to his support for Pizzagate. Jonathan Albright, an assistant professor of media analytics at Elon University, said that a disproportionate number of tweets about Pizzagate came from the Czech Republic, Cyprus, and Vietnam, and that some of the most frequent retweeters were bots.
Bot?
Yeah, no, bots, like robots.
Bot.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't know if you meant like bot, like as in like you paid for it and so you bought it.
No, that's what Kaden calls everybody in the house. Your bot.
Okay.
Boink.
So members of the Reddit community, the Donald, created the Pizzagate subreddit to further develop the conspiracy theory. The sub was banned on November 23rd, 2016 for violating Reddit's anti-doxing policy after users posted personal details of people connected to the alleged conspiracy. Reddit released a statement afterwards saying, "We don't want witch hunts on our site." After the ban on Reddit, the discussion was moved to the Pizzagate sub on Vote, a website similar to Reddit. Some of the Pizzagate's proponents, including David Seaman and Michael G. Flynn, Michael Flynn's son, evolved the conspiracy into a broader government conspiracy called Pedogate. According to this theory, a satanic cabal of elites in the New World Order operates international child sex trafficking rings. By June 2020, the conspiracy theory found renewed popularity on TikTok, where videos tagged Pizzagate were reaching over 80 million views.
Yeesh.
What do you think about that?
It's crazy. That's a lot of views.
Yeah. So in Turkey, the allegations were reported by pro-government newspapers, which are like those supportive of President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, such as Sabah, Haber, Yeni Shafak, Aksham, and Star. What?
Good job.
Thank you. That little thing on the bottom, that means it has a sh sound, so that's how you figure it out.
See, I didn't know that.
Okay. So the story appeared in Turkey's Ekşi Sözlük website and on the viral news network Haberself, where anyone can post content. These forums reposted images and allegations directly from the since deleted subreddit, which were reprinted in full in the state-controlled press. Effie Sazuri, a columnist for the Daily Dot, suggested Turkish government sources were pushing this story to distract attention from a child abuse scandal there in March 2016. So that's the the conspiracy theory as a whole. What do you think about it now? Now that you know that it's like being perpetuated from like other countries overseas.
It just sounds like a load of malarkey.
Yeah. So now we're gonna get into the real life consequences.
Okay.
What happened?
Sorry, just adjusting my camera.
Okay. So as Pizzagate spread, Comic Ping Pong received hundreds of threats from the theory's believers. The restaurant's owner, James Alefantis, told the New York Times, "From this insane fabricated conspiracy theory, we've come under constant assault. I've done nothing but for days but to try to clean this up and protect my staff and friends from being terrorized." Some adherents identified the Instagram account of Alefantis and pointed some of the photos posted there as evidence of the conspiracy. Some of the images shown were friends and family who liked Comic Ping Pong's page on Facebook. In some cases, imagery was taken from unrelated websites and purported to be Alefantis' own. The restaurant's owners and staff were harassed and threatened on social media websites, and the owners received death threats. The restaurant's Yelp page was locked by the site's operators, citing reviews that were motivated more by the news coverage itself than by the reviewer's personal consumer experience. So several bands who had performed at the pizzeria also faced harassment. For example, Amanda Kleinman of Heavy Breathing deleted her Twitter account after receiving negative comments connecting her and her band to the conspiracy theory. Another band, Sex Stains, oh no, had closed the comments of their YouTube videos and addressed the controversy in the description of their videos. The artist Arrington de Dioniso, who once had painted a mural at the pizzeria that had been painted over several years before the controversy, described the campaign of harassment against him in detail and said of the attacks in general, "I think it is a very deliberate assault which will eventually be coordinated assault of all forms of free expression." The affair was drawn comparisons to the Gamergate controversy. So Pizzagate-related harassment of business extended beyond Comic Ping Pong to include other nearby DC businesses such as Besta Pizza, 3 doors down from Comet, Little Red Fox Cafe, Bookstore Politics and Prose, and French Bistro Terrasol. These businesses received a high volume of threatening and menacing phone calls, including death threats, and also experienced online harassment. The co-owners of Little Red Fox and Terrasol filed police reports. So Brooklyn restaurant Roberta's was also pulled into the hoax, receiving harassing phone calls, including a call from an unidentified person telling an employee that she was going to bleed and be tortured. The restaurant became involved after a since-removed YouTube video used images from their social media accounts to imply that they were part of the hoax sex ring. Others then spread accusations on social media, claiming the Clinton family loves Roberta. So, Eastside Pies in Austin saw one of its delivery trucks vandalized with an epithet and was a target of online harassment related to their supposed involvement in Pizzagate, alleged connections to the Central Intelligence Agency, and the Illuminati. So the Federal Bureau of Investigation investigated Pizzagate-related threats on March 2017 as part of a probe into possible Russian interference in the 2016 United States elections. So, what is your thoughts on all that?
I just feel bad for the businesses. I mean, it just sounded like it started off something small. Somebody said something, and it just like blew up out of proportion. And now it looks like they're possibly linking it to the Russian interference.
Right. So,
Wow.
what do you think about like these people just doing their jobs, and all of a sudden you're getting like people think that you're part of this conspiracy, and you're being attacked mercilessly through like harassment and everything like that?
It's crazy. That's That's insane. But that is trial by social media. Isn't that what it basically is? Like, this is what happens with social media, especially with young people, and they just go crazy. It's like a witch hunt. It's exactly what it is.
Right. So, on December 4th, 2016, Edgar Madison Welch, a 24-year-old man from Salisbury, North Carolina, arrived at Comic Ping Pong and fired 3 shots from an AR-15 style rifle that struck the restaurant's walls, a desk, and a door. Welch later told the police that he had planned to self-investigate the conspiracy theory. Welch saw himself as a potential hero of the story, a rescuer of children. He surrendered after officers surrounded the restaurant and was arrested without incident. No one was injured. Why?
So the thing with these theories is people take them seriously, and especially because of what it's linked to child sex ring and pedophilia. And I understand the anger behind thinking that something like this is real, but when it's not real and people get hurt, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, this guy just came in and opened fired
because he, in his head, like he thought it was legit.
Right.
He thought he was doing something like vigilante sort of.
Right.
Okay.
So Welch told the police he had read online that the comic restaurant was harboring child sex slaves and that he wanted to see for himself if they were there. In an interview with the New York Times, Welch later said that he regretted how he had handled the situation, but did not dismiss the conspiracy theory and rejected the description of it as fake news. Some conspiracy theorists speculated the shooting was a staged attempt to discredit their investigations, like a bunch of morons. So, what do you think about that? About the supporters of this conspiracy theory saying like, oh, this was just they're just trying to do this to discredit us. It's not real.
Like they're just trying to do that to discredit us. Like it's not like to finally squash it, or because they're like trying to say it is real though. This is just a ploy because they don't want you to think it's real.
Right. That's exactly what they're thinking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
that's whatever.
So on December 13th...
It's like Trump supporters.
I know.
But whatever.
So on December 13th, 2016, Welch was charged with 1 count of interstate transportation of a firearm with intent to commit an offense. According to court documents, Welch attempted to recruit friends 3 days before the attack by urging them to watch a YouTube video about the conspiracy. He subsequently charged with 2 additional offenses, with the grand jury returning an indictment charging him with assault with a dangerous weapon and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. On March 24, 2017, following a plea agreement with prosecutors, Welch pleaded guilty to the federal charge of interstate transport of firearms and the local District of Columbia charge of assault with a dangerous weapon. So Welch also agreed to pay $5,744.33 for damages to the restaurant. U.S. District Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson sentenced Welch to 4 years in prison on June 22nd, 2017. At the sentencing hearing, Welch apologized for his conduct and said he had been foolish and reckless. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
You think...
Did he kill somebody?
No one got injured. No one was hurt. No one was killed.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah.
You think 4 years is okay with reimbursement to the damages?
Yeah.
That's fair?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, he didn't kill anyone. He didn't hurt anyone. So, I suppose. So...
Yeah.
And he did admit that he did say sorry, so I suppose that's something. So on January 12th, 2017, Yusuf Lee Jones, a 52-year-old man from Shreveport, pleaded guilty in the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Louisiana for making a threatening phone call to Besta Pizza, another pizzeria in the same block as Comic Ping Pong, 3 days after the Welsh attack. He said he threatened Besta to save the kids and finish what the other guy didn't.
Jesus.
On January 25th, 2019, Comic Ping Pong suffered an arson attack when a fire was started in one of its back rooms. Employees quickly extinguished the blaze and nobody was injured.
So people are dead set in their mindset with that they have kids in this place.
Yeah. And then they believe that
let's blow it up.
Pretty much. So they think they're the heroes in their own story. So but they're going it in a really aggressive way. Like they're just attacking it. They're just like going violent and attacking these innocent people without any evidence that they're doing anything wrong.
I mean, I thought the left were the crazies. Isn't this the crazy right?
Pretty much.
The extreme of the extremists.
Well, yeah. Jeez. So, I bet you're wondering, what if they were right? What if there really is a pedophile ring operating under a pizzeria in Washington, D.C.? So, I mean, the federal agents have to investigate. So let's see what the actual investigations are. So the conspiracy theory was widely discredited and debunked. So it was judged to be a false after a detailed investigation by a fact-checking website, Snopes, and the New York Times. Numerous news organizations have debunked it as a conspiracy theory, including the New York Observer, the Washington Post, the Independent in London, the Huffington Post, the Washington Times, the Los Angeles Times, Fox News even, CNN, and the Miami Herald. The Metropolitan Police Department of the District of Columbia characterized the matter as fictitious. So, much of the purported evidence cited by the conspiracy theory's proponents have been taken from entirely different sources and made to appear as if it supported the conspiracy. Images of children of family and friends of the pizzeria staff were taken from social media sites such as Instagram and claimed to be photos of the victims. The Charlotte Observer noted the diverse group of sources that had debunked the conspiracy theory and pointed out that this included the Fox News channel in addition to the New York Times. So, on December 10th, 2016, the New York Times published an article that analyzed the theory's claims. They emphasized that 1. The theorists linked the conspiracy to Comic Ping Pong through similarities between company logos and symbols related to Satanism and pedophilia. However, the Times noted the similarities were also found in logos of a number of unrelated companies such as AOL, Time Warner, and MSN. Number 2. Theorists claimed an underground network between Comic Ping Pong, the restaurant claimed an underground network beneath the Comic Ping Pong, and the restaurant has no basement. However, and the picture used to support this claim was taken under another facility. Number 3. Theorists claim to have a picture of the restaurant owner Alefantis wearing a t-shirt endorsing pedophilia. However, the image was of another person, and the shirt, which read, J. Heart L'Enfant, was actually a reference to the L'Enfant Cafe Bar in D.C., whose owner was pictured in the image, and which itself is named after Pierre Charles L'Enfant, the designer of much of the layout of Washington, D.C. 4. Theorists claimed John and Tony Podesta kidnapped Madeleine McCann. Remember her?
Oh my god.
Remember her?
Yes. How are they intertwining bullshit with legit real life stories?
Well, let's see. So they were using police sketches that were, in fact, 2 sketches of the same suspect taken from the descriptions of 2 eyewitnesses. And so no alleged victims have come forward and no physical evidence has been found. So it is debunked. It is done.
Wow.
So let's see what people have to say. So
wait. So this is all in an effort to make the Democratic Party look bad? Pretty much?
Yeah, because...
Not everything, but I feel like it started off that way, and then it just turned into all this other BS in the middle of it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was supposed to be a political thing.
Yeah. They're saying that the DNC is the one running this whole thing.
Wow.
That's
Well,
what
it
they're
started
saying.
off with let me see. The first guy you talked about was
It was Wiener and Podesta. Who are both
right, and
Democrats.
they're Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
That's now here we are moving forward.
Now Wiener's done
Okay.
some weird stuff, and that's a tale for another day. So, okay, let's continue.
Okay.
So, in an interview with NPR on November 27, 2016, comic ping pong owner James Alefantis referred to the conspiracy theory as insanely complicated, made up, fictional lie based story and a coordinated political attack. Syndicated columnist Daniel Ruth wrote that the conspiracy theorists' assertions were dangerous and damaging false allegations, and they were repeatedly debunked, disproved, and dismissed. So, despite the conspiracy theory being debunked, it continued to spread on social media with over 1 million messages using hashtag Pizzagate on Twitter on November 2016. Stephanie McWilliams, who wrote an article promoting conspiracy theory on Planet Free Will, was subsequently reported by the Toronto Star as saying, I really have no regrets, and it's honestly really grown our audience. Like, yeah. So, Pizzagate, she said, is two worlds clashing. People don't trust the mainstream media anymore. But it's true that people shouldn't take the alternative media as truth either. On December 8th, 2016, Hillary Clinton responded to the conspiracy theory, speaking about the dangers of fake news websites. She said, the epidemic of malicious fake news and fake propaganda that flooded social media over the past year, it's now clear that so-called fake news can have real-world consequences.
Amen, sister.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So a poll conducted by Public Policy Polling on December 6th through 7th, 2016 asked 1,224 U.S. registered voters if they thought Hillary Clinton was connected to a child sex ring being run out of a pizzeria in Washington, D.C. 9% of the respondents said that they believe she was connected. 72% said that they did not. 19% were not sure.
And had I not known the story, I probably would have leaned to the 19% and the 72%. But the 9% are wackadoos. They're wackadoos.
So, a poll of voters conducted in December 17th, 17th through 20th by The Economist, YouGov, asked voters if they believed that leaked emails from the Clinton campaign talked about pedophilia and human trafficking, or Pizzagate. The results showed that 17% of Clinton voters responded true, while 82% responded not true, and 46% of Trump voters responded true, while 53% responded not true. I mean, that's a lot out of the Trump voters section.
Yeah.
All right, so after the comic ping pong shooting, Alex Jones backed off from the idea that the DC pizzeria was the center of the conspiracy theory. On December 4th, InfoWars uploaded a YouTube video that linked Pizzagate to the November 13th death of a sex worker rights activist. The video falsely claimed that she had been investigating a link between the Clinton Foundation and human trafficking in Haiti. It speculated that she had been murdered in connection with her investigation. According to the activist's former employer, family, and friends, her death was in fact a suicide, and she was not investigating the Clinton Foundation. By December 14th, InfoWars had removed 2 of its 3 Pizzagate-related videos.
She was suicided?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no.
You know, people.
Yeah.
She got Clintoned. That's what they call it.
Oh my gosh. A lady just took her own life, and you're just joking about it. That's not cool.
I'm saying people say these things. They'll be like, yeah, sure, she committed suicide.
Yeah,
You know?
like in order to,
because it's linked to Clinton.
in order to like keep the conspiracy theory alive, that's what they keep on using about a lot of mental gymnastics. Like the other guy, like with the shooting that happened, they just said, "Oh, it was a stage thing to keep it off for people to to say that it's not real, even though it totally is.
Even the guy was like, "Yeah, no, sorry, man, it was my bad."
Yep, 4 years in prison for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So in February 2017, Elefantis' lawyers sent Jones a letter demanding an apology and retraction. Under Texas law, Jones was given a month to comply or be subject to a libel suit. On March 2017, Alex Jones apologized to Elefantis for promulgating the conspiracy theory, saying, "To my knowledge today, neither Mr. Elefantis nor his restaurant, Comic Ping Pong, were involved in any human trafficking, and was part of the theories about Pizzagate that were being written about in many media outlets and which we commented upon." Now, I give you this about Jones. He seems to be the only, I guess, conspiracy theorist, alt-right, propagator of fake news that has, like, a conscience. It seems like whenever he, like, it looks like he's the first person to say, like, "That's my fault, I'm sorry," like he did here. And he did remove the videos about it once this stuff started happening, like the shooting started happening. So I give him that credit. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So on November 2016, Michael Flynn, then on President-elect Donald Trump's transition team and Trump's designate for national security advisor, posted multiple tweets on Twitter containing conspiratorial material regarding Hillary Clinton. They alleged that Clinton's campaign manager, John Podesta, drank the blood and bodily fluids of other humans in satanic rituals, which Politico says soon morphed into the Pizzagate conspiracy theory involving Comic Ping Pong. On November 2nd, 2016, Flynn tweeted a link to a story with unfounded accusations and wrote, "You decide. NYPD blows whistle on new Hillary emails, money laundering, sex crimes with children, etica, etc. Must read." The tweet was shared by over 9,000 people, but was deleted from Flynn's account sometime during December 12th through 13th, 2016. After the shooting incident at Comic Ping Pong, Michael Flynn Jr., Michael T. Flynn's son, and also a member of Trump's transition team, tweeted, "Until Pizzagate is proven false, it'll remain a story." It was proven false. The left seemed to forget Podesta's emails and the many coincidences tied to it. On December 6th, 2016, Flynn Jr. was forced out of Trump's transitions team. Spokesman Jason Miller did not identify the reason for his dismissal. However, the New York Times reported that other officials had confirmed that it was related to that tweet. Yeah. So, in 2020, Pizzagate became a pillar of the far-right QAnon conspiracy theory and less U.S.-centric in nature, with videos and posts on the topic in Italy, Brazil, Turkey, and other countries worldwide, each gaining millions of views each. This new iteration is less partisan. The majority of the mostly teenage promoters of the Pizzagate hashtag on TikTok were not right-wing and support the Black Lives Matter movement. It focuses on alleged global elite of child sex traffickers ranging from politicians to powerful business people and celebrities such as Bill Gates, Ellen DeGeneres, Oprah Winfrey, and Chrissy Teigen. Justin Bieber's 2020 song "Yummy" was alleged to be about the conspiracy theory and rekindled support for the theory during the year, which I don't think it's true. I think it was supposed to be about his wife. I think that's true.
I think so too, but I heard the same things. I heard that the actual music video was him trying to express, or not express, like trying to how do you say, not bring awareness, but to kind of put it out there, Pizzagate stuff. So, and I saw the video and I didn't really understand what people were saying. There's all these messages and subliminal messages and clues in the video. And I'm just like, you're just looking for something. I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what. I mean, I know that there's adults and then there's children and then they're all eating like weird food, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's a song just about him, how he loves his wife.
It's the song, but it's the video that they're talking about.
I don't think
I don't
that's
know if
true.
you've seen it.
I've seen it. It's underwhelming, but but like, yeah. Okay, so the conspiracy theory gained traction when Venezuelan YouTuber Dross Rotzank made a video about Bieber's music video and its alleged references to Pizzagate. Okay, yeah. And Rebecca Black's Friday song is about the Kennedy assassination too, I bet.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a real thing that people thought. So Rotzank's video gained 3 million views in 2 days and led Pizzagate to become a trending topic in the Spanish language Twitter. Adherents to the theory also believe that Bieber gave a coded signal admitting such in a later Instagram live video where he touched his beanie after being asked to do so in the chat if he was a victim of Pizzagate. However, there's no indication that Bieber saw this comment.
He's probably like doing that the whole time.
Yeah, I know. So in April, a documentary promoting Pizzagate, Out of the Shadows, was made by a former Hollywood stuntman and released on YouTube. TikTok users began promoting both Out of the Shadows and the alleged Bieber association until the Pizzagate hashtag was banned by the company. The New York Times said in June 2020 that posts on the platform with the Pizzagate hashtag were viewed more than 82 million times in recent months. And Google, and Google searches for the term also increased at that time. They also reported that in the first week of June, comments, likes, and shares of Pizzagate also spiked to more than 800,000 on Facebook and nearly 600,000 on Instagram. According to data from CrowdTangle that compares with 112,000 interactions on Facebook and 93,000 on Instagram during the first week of December 2016. From the start of 2017 through January of 2020, the average number of weekly Pizzagate mentions and likes and shares on Facebook and Instagram were under 200,000. In August 2020, what?
20,000.
Okay. Oh, what did I say?
200,000.
Oh, 20,000. Yeah, that's I added a zero. So on December 2020, Facebook temporarily suspended the use of Save the Children hashtag when used to promote elements of the Pizzagate conspiracy theory. The same month, the movie Duncan was released, inspired by Edgar Madison Welsh's shooting of the Comet Ping Pong. And that's the story of Pizzagate.
Crazy bullshit.
Okay. So, what is your overall idea of this entire situation here?
Ooh, it's crazy. It's just like that. I mean, this is politically related, but Wayfair. Did you hear about that? The Wayfair scandal?
What happened with Wayfair?
Wayfair, they were saying that they were selling pieces of furniture for ridiculously priced, like a cabinet for the bathroom or something.
Okay.
Was at like $3,000, and it was like the Jessica cabinet, and that was them selling a kid or a teenager for that much money, but it was being covered by the title, and price is what was throwing people off, and the fact that they had names of people. It's just all this. Okay. Like people just like make up stuff. It's crazy.
It is crazy. It's like
it's insane.
So, like when you first started, what was your mindset going in before we started going over the facts of the case?
I heard about the Podesta emails. I kind of saw, like, prior to this, I clicked on a link, and like you said, it is a rabbit hole. And then it took me to this video of these little kids saying all this stuff that was done to them. But So that's kind of where I was. I didn't really know that it was a whole thing on trying to get people to not like the Democratic Party, get people to not like the candidates, and because this is what's happening, this is what they're doing. It was just, it just seemed to be just focused on Podesta and this stuff that was sort of connected to him, but not. And it was just weird. That's all I knew. So coming in, so I didn't know what to expect. So that's why I was like, allegedly, but oh, come on.
Yeah, I mean, they did.
This is malarkey.
Yeah. What do you think, like, after you heard that this was disproven and all their evidence was easily dismissible?
Um, I wish that it would have happened sooner. That crazy guy wouldn't probably have gotten in jail because he probably wouldn't have done what he did because he thought it was real and he thought he was doing something. He thought he was helping save some kids, and then people going after this business. These people just trying to sell pizzas
And play ping pong.
and play ping pong.
So, like, can you imagine just being like, it's just another day at work, and then all of a sudden you're being targeted for harassment and everything, and then
Targeted for harassment, being targeted for freaking enslaving children in my freaking business. Like, being affiliated with any type of crime when you own a business sucks, but then that type of crime, that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
It's considered to be the worst crime a person can commit. Yeah.
It is.
And, like, what would you do in that situation if people were calling you and saying mean things?
I don't know. I would get the media out there. I'd take the media in and around and show them everything. Come here, show all the cameras. I don't care. Go wherever you want. Go. There is nothing here. Nothing. Like,
Right.
I don't know what else they would want, but
But
I would try my
yeah.
best to prove that this is wrong and lies. But can only do so much.
What if you like what if like you did that, but then they're like, oh, you
So she
obviously,
hit him. She got rid of him.
yeah, you obviously got rid of them before they got here, and then put them back because you did it.
Put him back.
Yeah.
Come anytime you want. I will let you go back down there, and you will not come back.
They didn't. They don't. They said that they
I'm
have.
kidding.
They said that they have that comic ping pong had like an underground tunnel, but they don't. They don't have an underground tunnel. They don't have a basement. They have no underground anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of places in town, like downtown areas, do have stuff like that. But I mean, Jesus.
But yeah, but not this one. That's been proven. And like, what do you think about this and their connection with the McCann case?
Oh God, that's ridiculous. That's dumb. That is so dumb. Oh, that poor baby though.
She's still missing. She's still missing.
She's still poof, gone. The hope is that she's out there somewhere living a life. I don't know. Hopefully she's living her best life somewhere else, but
you don't think the Podestas took her then?
I do not.
Okay. So now that you come out, what is your opinion on this conspiracy theory coming out? You say like it's just a load of baloney.
It is. It's a bunch of BS.
Yeah. What do you think? Like, once you hear like, oh no, I heard that this person is committing, like they're having a pedophile ring. Your first instinct is to go over there and shoot up the place. Is that right?
That's not my first instinct, but I can see how people get really wrapped up in these type of things, especially if they might have been a victim of it themselves, or not slavery, but abuse.
I like how these people think that these people like hide like little clues and Easter eggs inside there, their things, like of committing this heinous crime.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And I know that.
I know I had heard about the Bieber thing because, of course, my daughter had told me about it. But I think, I mean, like that dude, I don't know his whole story. I know there was a period in between when he first came out and before he got married. Something happened in between there because he was just spiraling down.
Oh yeah, he's had like his brush with the law, um, because he was a young kid who started off really young. He got famous off of YouTube. I think he was the first person to ever get famous off of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Usher co-signed him. He became really big, really fast, and when you get that big, that young, it does that to your brain. Once you get older, once you get to that your teenage years, and you start doing weird things. You start doing like
Yeah.
you start.
So people
Yep.
assume and think that something happened to him because of the way he acts now. Like he's super sensitive, and then they think that he was trying to say something with the Pizzagate in his video. He's trying to say something about this thing that's out there, but like I said, I didn't see it. I don't understand
I
it.
don't know.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if something happened to him, but I don't think that is what that video
I
was.
mean,
What?
possibly, but I don't think it has anything to do with Pizzagate, and I don't know if he
Right.
quoted it.
I don't think it has anything to do with that either. I think it's
Yeah,
just something different.
yeah. Because I
Maybe he
mean,
was trying to say something, but not about
yeah, I
that.
know what he was trying to say. He was trying to say that he loves his wife. That's what he's trying to say. I mean,
I'm
obviously,
not talking about the song because the song and the video look nothing like each other.
I don't know. I mean, that could have been just like the music director's thing. He
Yeah,
might
because
have had no
sometimes
creative control.
videos are just like just a bunch of dumb stuff all
Yeah,
mashed up.
yeah. I mean, I know he started off on Disney. That was his thing, and then he branched off as his own thing. And I know he became like a born again Christian.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I don't know. At least it wasn't Nickelodeon, because Nickelodeon, that place is like Pedosville.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah, I mean that's a completely different story
To
for another
another
time.
land.
But geez, that place, I can't imagine how a studio can let so many like pedophiles in and not know it.
That's the way Hollywood was. I don't even know. Maybe it still is, but people are trying their best to bring it to light now.
I know who was that guy? Corey Feldman, was that right? Was he the guy?
Yeah, Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah, I know
The Corey's.
they tried very hard to blow the lid on the whole thing, and they were in that one. I think they made that documentary, "An Open Secret." Is that their documentary?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Um, but I know the Open Secret was about pedophilia in Hollywood, and
Okay.
it's like I don't get like how many pedophiles became like in Hollywood elite. I guess it's because that's where the kids are, I suppose, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like not good. Um,
So because people think that there's stuff like that in Hollywood, they believe that stuff like that really does go on in the political world. Like they believe that people in the political world are closely linked to the people that run the Hollywood stuff. So this is where all this other BS comes in. People start making up stuff and going off with their stories.
right. And they're saying that it's the DNC that's doing it, it's the Democrats that are doing it.
It's
Even though,
always I believe any of this Pizzagate bullshit. I do believe that there are some bad seeds in the political realm
oh yeah,
that do stuff like that, but I don't think it's anywhere linked to what they were saying.
oh yeah, like the whole Epstein thing is a huge thing.
Yes, yes. So it's real, but this whole thing, yeah, no.
The Pizzagate one is
The
that's
Pizzagate
that's
thing
very
is.
ridiculous, and it's not
I
true.
think it was just like too much. Too much. Like, shut up. Like, are you serious? No.
Like they added way too much of it, so it loses its believability. You know
Yeah,
how that thing where you when you lie but you add way too many details,
that's what you
and
do.
what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You're like, did you know this and that because of this and that? And then you start saying some ridiculous thing like, yeah, we know you're lying,
What are
Nathaniel,
you
because that
saying? What?
can't happen, Nathaniel.
What do you what? Name an example where that
You do
happened.
that.
Well, name
You
an
do that.
example. Name an example.
I can't. We
See,
did it
see,
like a million
you
times when
can't
I was
think of
there.
it because it didn't happen. So, but yeah, like when you add too many details, and
Yeah.
it makes it obvious that what you're saying is not true because you add too much.
It's just too much. Yep.
Yep. And so, Pizzagate, thumbs down. We know
Bam,
your
bam.
game. So yeah, but it did lead to a bunch, like some really real crimes. Led to a shooting that happened. Luckily, no one was killed or injured. Um, an arson happened, which I don't think they caught the arsonist. Uh, but
That's unfortunate.
yeah, but nobody was hurt in that either. No one was killed or injured in that either, and a whole bunch of harassment that happened. Um,
So
so
did these people lose their business, or did they have to relocate, or we don't
no,
know?
they're still there. They're still there in DC. They're still operating. All of the businesses that was implicated in the Pizzagate thing are still there. They're still up and running, and they're still operating.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Um, Even like after the shooting, people were very supportive of Comet Ping Pong. People would like put like flowers on the doorstep. They would put like hearts and stuff, like papers saying we stand with Comet and stuff like that. So they got the support from the community.
That's good.
If you ever go to DC, are you gonna go get some pizza at Comet Ping Pong?
Yeah.
You really
Take a
are.
picture in front of it.
Gonna comment. Are you gonna
I
play some
was
ping pong?
here.
Are you gonna play
No,
some
I
ping
don't
pong?
like ping pong.
But but
I'm
that's
not
like the
good
whole
at
thing.
sport.
That's, you're considering like ping pong is like a sport.
Yeah. I'm not good with
It
like
is a sport, but yeah.
it's weird. I'm good with eye-hand coordination when it comes to playing drums, but when it comes to aiming and hitting something like where the ball it doesn't match. Like my arm doesn't go where the ball is. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't throw a ball right so it lands where I want it to land. I've never been able to do that.
What if like we play some rock paper scissors?
It'll land in my hand. I'm
Rock
talking about like
paper
catching a
scissors.
baseball or hitting a little ping pong, hitting a tennis ball. I can't.
You can't.
If I hit it, it's just by chance, and I'm like, "Ooh, oh, cool, that's cool."
But what if like we just like go in and we just like mess it? Like we just have fun. We don't have to play competitively, and we can just like eat pizza.
Okay, but the balls are gonna end up all over the floor because I won't be able to hit them.
Well, I won't be able to hit them either. I'm not like an expert. I'm not. I'm no Forrest Gump.
Let's go then. Let's
Yeah.
go to Washington D.C.
Let's go to Washington D.C.
Just do it.
All right. Well, that's
This pandemic is over.
yeah. Like watch also. I would recommend you watch the Borat movie, the sequel movie. It's just as good as the original. It might not be everyone's you know type of humor like other people in this chat. It is very shock. It's very shock humor, but
Okay.
there is a heartwarming story in there about like the relationship between Borat and his daughter. There is a story in there, and they do try to give like some heartfelt emotion in there. So, yeah, I mean, they do some pretty fun pranks, pretty funny pranks that they do incorporate into the rest of the plot line of the story, like how how Cohen puts on a Trump a disguise, and he carries the girl over his shoulder, and he runs through CPAC. If you don't know what CPAC is, it's a Republican convention, and he runs through CPAC, and he bursts in on the panel floor while Mike Pence is giving a speech, and he's like, "Mike Pence, I have a girl for you," and he's dressed up like Trump, and he has like an actual like mask disguise, like a whole 9 yards mask disguise that like his mouth moves while he talks type of mask. So that happened. I don't know how he got out of that one. Because
I think I'll watch it. I'll
Yeah.
take a look at it.
You're gonna see some penis too. You're gonna see some weenies.
Not anything new for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I get it. Well, that's us. That's true. That's the True Crime Podcast. And that's it. We'll talk to you guys next week. Next week will be the last installment of the Trump miniseries, and then after that, the election, and hopefully we won't have to talk about this guy anymore.
Hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about something else, something that's not Trump related.
Okay.
And yeah, we're gonna do other things. All right. I've been Nathaniel Avila.
And I'm Jessica Vega.
All right. Bye.
Bye.